Hello everyone, welcome to sunsetpeony.com and welcome to this is the first video that I do this year because I had suffered with COVID for the whole Christmas season. My two little babies, and I hold them and the families are doing well, but it is a hard time and my voice has been hurting for 2 weeks and then 2 weeks trying to recover, but still coughing a lot. So I don't know if you're familiar with my voice. It is a little bit different, but it's a little bit deeper. It will get better. I just waited until I'm totally ready, to be okay to start filming. I don't want to cough while I'm filming, but anyway, this is our pretty little tilt, blue tilt. I have always liked this bird. We always want to do one, and finally decided it's time to do that. And let me sign the painting. Okay, a little bit wet. Let's just wait a second. And a drawing of this bird and the branch will be available, and it will be in the description. You guys that been here for a while know that it's at sunsetpeony.com. It will be on the description. You can look at it and go find this blue tilt. And in the blog post, scroll down to the bottom, and there will be the drawing. All of the drawing are all in their respective blog posts. But still a lot of people ask me every single time, and that's okay, and I will answer you. But look at the description, and that's where you will find it, the drawing. And I've talked about it through you need to watch. Well, it will be nice if you watch the whole thing through once, and then while you're following, you're listening, because I talk about the perspective and the placement and the sharpness of different area, and why is it that you need to pay attention when you're copying the drawing, so that the perspective will be right. Because we're drawing a little bird. It's a bigger bird in real life, and then we're shrinking it, so don't move around the I actually told you that I will put brown color in, and so I'm gonna do that right now. I forgot to put a little bit of burnt umber right here. Okay, that's it. And so be careful about the placement and the line, and the head, okay, and the shape. You can see that there's a line going down here, a line going up here. Okay, it is so slightly, but it's there, and that will enhance the perspective being correct with your painting. And pay attention to the mixing of the color on the page, and try to do that more this year. And this is actually relatively fun and easier painting to do, and just follow it step by step. And if you guys want to enlarge it, want to brighten it, do it at your leisure. Okay, and I hope that you will find this really fun and provide you with a lot of joy. And take your time. As you practice, you will learn the water, how to control the water, and it will be something for you to keep forever. And so have fun doing that. And let's see. Oh yes, and I will tell you some of the color that I bring, okay? Because some of you ask where to get the color. My link are all, most of them Amazon, and for the brushes is Oriental Art Supply, which is a very reputable place. And for the color, I use Daniel Smith all the time, right? But now this is the royal blue I talked to you guys about. I ordered from Amazon, and the owner of the shop decided to send me all their leftover, the extra. So I have a couple more, and this is the Holbein royal blue, but any brand royal blue will be fine. Paynes gray from Graham, and this phthalo blue is this blue, really bright blue color that we drop into the painting here and there to make the color more intensely lively. Okay, and then of course I have my blue and my green mix. I've showed you that many times. And then I use the gray, because I drop the color onto the gray. This is so dry and already, so I can touch it. I drop the color into the gray, and so you guys will get all the instruction as you go. And if you worry about what brushes I use, this is what I have sitting here, and I wet them. I throw them all in the water and let them soak a little bit before I start, and they should be all wet and damp. Okay, and all these brushes product you will see as I explain as we paint. Every time I pick up a different brush. Okay, so you see it, and the product list is in my blog post. There's something called the product list, and all these will be in there. So, and I'm going to, I really, for this new year, I wanted to, I have some tea over here. Put some of the tea that I really like while I'm painting. You know, we can enjoy tea and paint at the same time. Take your time. You can do it over a course of a week, whenever. It's the beauty of YouTube, right? And so, you guys can, yeah, you guys can enlarge it, I think, or you guys can put the color, the brightness to brighter too, you know, because I'm using a new camera today. We'll see how that works, okay? And thank you so much, and remember to say hi to me if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. You know, I'm shy, really shy sometimes. And also, I would like to see you guys subscribe, because then that gives me feedback that you would like me to do more and painting, and you know that you are enjoying and that you are doing it. You can even find my email address in my blog, and then send the painting to me, and so I can look at it. In this video, I actually explained to you why I do not critique people. The reason is kind, you know, and but I will tell you what as I paint and make new video, what are some of the things that I think everyone can work on. And it is good to train your own eye, to look at things and see if it is the same, and if there's something different. And what I point out, you can also say, hey, maybe she has a point, like I have a point in it. Or maybe you say, oh, I disagree with her, that's fine too, you know. And but I would like to, you know, kind of encourage you guys that way, so that I'm not criticizing you or telling you, well, you need to do this. I might give some positive comment, but I don't give negative comment to individual people, because I'm a YouTube, I share my skill here. I don't like to discourage people, and I like because I know the only way you will improve is through practicing more and more. And so you can set a goal this year to practice a painting every other week or every month. But, you know, just, you know, when you do it, and then I will point out, so just listen carefully to some of my comment as I go, okay? And then you will find that you will really improve as you go. It will take years, but that will be okay, because something that's worthwhile, like, you know, doing art is worth our hard work for years. To do that, because the joy that come out of it is so much from that, and it teaches us spirit, it teaches us to work hard, and all those good things, okay? And so I'm going to stop talk too much, and get on with the painting, okay? Okay, we will get started. I hope my voice improve as I go. You know, had COVID for a whole month, and the throat was really hurting for the first 2 weeks, and then it got better, but it was still coughing for 4 weeks. So it's so funny that okay, the first thing we're gonna use is this the zero brush. That if you don't have it, just go try to find some very fine tip. The tip should be very, very fine, come to a very fine point, because we're gonna do the eye. Okay, we're gonna first have some lamp black and dip a little bit of burnt umber. Okay, and then as I go, you will see, if you pay attention closely, okay, there's more black on this side, and then I will have a little white area left open, so that we will give actually it's more than just one area. It's really kind of two, but then I'll come in here with some brown color later. And then we're just gonna leave it alone for now. Okay, you can see that I have some I use this micron to put on the beaks and the legs, and I'll talk about the legs when we get there. And so now we're gonna just leave that alone, and then I'll come and soften it, because it's quite wet and we don't really want to touch it when it's quite wet. And so on the beak, I'm going to use the Paynes gray. So it's like we give the eye the darkest area, right? Or we try, okay? The reason why I use the micron is because the beak area and the eye area is so important, and I don't want the watercolor to be able to move too much when I am painting this part, and that's the reason. Okay, now I have used some Paynes gray, and now I'm going into the blue, and what I'm going to do is I have shown you the royal blue color that I'm going to use and the phthalo blue. Okay, and then I try to I can still hear my voice, it's just not back to normal yet. And then pull this color out, okay, and kind of round this area and the shape, okay? And then use the brush to kind of soften it, soften the color, okay? And then we'll come back and check on that. And then I'm going back into the Paynes gray again because I want this color, the beak is like a pyramid, right? This area right here to be a little bit darker, okay? Need that a little bit sharper, okay? And I'm happy it's good for now, okay? And then I'm going to come over here, maybe leave that alone for now since detail work, and I have suspicious that that area is still kind of wet. And then I'm going to just come over here with the same Paynes gray color and just slightly suggest the other side of her face, okay? Her little head area there, okay? And then I'm going to just leave that alone for now, okay? And we'll go on to, let's see which part we should go on. Should we stay away from this area for a while? Yes, we should. And let's come over here, right here, and do the, you know, the kind of darkest blue color of her head, okay? And we're gonna use the Paynes gray color for now, okay? And just, wow, the brush is flaring, and that's not good. I need to sharpen the point, and the way you do it is just go wet it again and put a little stripe over there. And then come over here and give it a little bit more thickness. As I say in every single one of my painting, right? We love this zero brush because it's so fine, and it just we're able to do and sharpen the area that we wanted to. But the problem also, when a brush is so fine, there's not that much hair on it, and so what I did is I dipped some of that royal blue color, and then I'm going to drop that. So this area, this little triangle area, is actually had a lot of had the Paynes gray and the blue, and I just let it mix on the paper. Okay, I'm pulling some color out just to give some shadowy color. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the Paynes gray and get more, a little bit more. Okay, so it's actually two color in that little area, and I will show you again. It's this Paynes gray right here from Graham. I think I have that link in my, if you go to my blog, I use Daniel Smith, I use these are all professional watercolor, and I also use M. Graham, and I also use the Japanese brand, what is this brand? Holbein. Okay, because all of those you can just find it on Amazon easy if you don't have a university around you or a professional. Okay, some Paynes gray color again. Okay, I could probably change to a little bit of a bigger brush right now. Okay, but you know, sometimes you know me, I'm so focused on I just stick with my brush and don't worry about it. Like I always tell you, I don't really worry about you know, how expensive the brush, okay, and a little bit of the royal blue. Okay, just drop it into the Paynes gray color and it will make the color come alive. Okay, you can see that I'm a little bit flicking as I go in a different direction. The reason why I do that is because that will give us the feeling of now the brush is going to be totally clean, no pigment, a little bit damp, and I'm going to pull out pull out a little bit of the watercolor there, the pigment there for shadow, okay? Shadow effect. Yeah, I do like to flick it out, and that will give some, you know, suggestion of the feather, some of the white feather part or white bluish feathery part coming down here, okay? You know, it's so funny to see all these YouTube teachers or whatever, they try to film during this holiday season. Everyone is sick. There's I think COVID is quite bad, and everybody is kind of sick for a long time, but you know, and so I just give myself a break, and until my voice, because you know, everybody work different, the body work differently. My body likes to go out on all-out attack to the sickness and steal the Paynes gray color, and so it just doesn't like really relent. It just attack and attack, and so I'm, you know, I usually suffer a little bit more than most people, I think, and then the rest of my family anyway, from what I can tell. Okay, and now go in with some of the royal blue and just drop it in there. Okay, drop it into the Paynes gray color. Okay, so it is more like a more saturated blue instead of just a gray color, okay? And then I will come in and just soften some of the edges out with a clean brush, right? And that is one of the skill that we should, you know, as we paint, we always should do that, okay? And use a clean brush, dip it in the water, in your water, and dry it a little bit, and you know, because this area will give you the idea of shadow. It will make the head more rounded, okay? And so I'm going to bravely use the same size brush because we're still doing the detail around the eye, okay? So I'm going to do the black, this blue tilt. You know, you if you are not quite familiar with blue tilt, which is one of the more beautiful birds, right? And so what I'm going to do, and they have this stripe like a band that around the eye, which make them, you know, our creator, you know, is so black, plus I dip in the lamp black and a little bit on the Paynes gray, okay? So that's the, you know, I just kind of dip it. I'll show you when I use the green how what I mean by dip it. Our, you know, master maker, you know, he made so many, what I mean is our God, he makes so many beautiful, beautiful animal out there. Okay, now try to leave a little bit. You can see that as I go around the eye, a little bit of white area around the eye. That will further make it, you know, just become, but not too much, okay? The focal point. And just make it very, very beautiful. I need more pigment, so I go back and do the same thing. Just go pick up some of the lamp black color and dip it in, and I'm going to come in and put in some blue too, and dip it into the Paynes gray color, and just kind of, you know, carefully, you know, look at your reference picture or my, you know, you can look at my painting, probably you're following my painting, and I'm looking at my reference picture, which I don't put it here because of, you know, I use a lot of reference picture to put together my composition, and so I'm just looking at 2-3 pictures at the same time as I pick, and also my practice that I did, right? You know, so that I don't, you know, need to copy people's painting, or photographer, not one, because I, you know, usually combine what I see and what I like, and take away from some, and I add some with my own experience. And this drawing, of course, is like what I always tell you, don't worry about it, will be on my blog post at sunsetpeony.com, and it will also be in the description, so that you don't have to hurry and listen to me and say, what did she just say? It will be there ready, waiting for you when you're ready to use the drawing. Like I always say, you know, do use that drawing, because you know, when you're doing watercolor, you can't it's just very, very hard to just very, very hard to keep doing the Paynes gray mix with the black. Okay, it's just now I'm going into the royal blue now because I want some blue color over here. Okay, on the royal blue color, and make that, you know, so that the dark color are very, very lively. You know, this is just a part of my experience as I paint through the years. You know, a lot of people don't use gray watercolor or don't use black because they say, oh, mix your color. But the problem with you know, beginner mixing color is they usually like maybe they will over mix it, and now I just pull the side of the body. Okay, and this is about all I'm gonna use to indicate the side of the body in comparison to her head. Oh, what was I thinking? Yeah, mixing color, you know, I would say that every time I paint here and every time I do a, you know, tutorial, because I wanted to really impress upon your mind and everybody that be very, very, okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of that royal blue, okay? And that this is the suggestion of the rest of her head over here. You know, that might seems a little intense, but that's not my intention. And so I will come back with a clean brush, wash the brush, wipe it on a towel or a napkin, you know, just do this, okay? Just kind of, and make it a little bit clean, a clean brush, and come over here and, okay, now you can see that I'm pulling color out randomly, okay? Now, because that is in the watercolor is what we're trying to accomplish, okay? We don't want it to be too smooth and uptight, you know, over there as a shape, okay? Go get some more Paynes gray and just add a dab over here. Just add a dab over here and let this color combine itself. Okay, I want a little bit of just a touch, okay, of the Paynes gray over there, just further indicate the nose, okay? And now I'm going to come over here with a little bit of the Paynes gray color, and the other side of the beak. Now, if you notice when you're drawing, when you're copying my drawing, okay, this is a pyramid, and over down here is also a pyramid, okay? And so this stripe and this little triangle part here will help you further develop the shape. And the beak of a bird is also important. With a bird, from what I learned as you know, with the Chinese discipline, the beak, the eye, and the claw, the foot part is the most important part. And you know, I don't know how, you know, but in the Chinese painting, this part, so you can see that I use some of the micron to establish, because I want that to be nice and sharp. Because all these, this is the focal point, but this actually is giving the action of the bird. And so it's very, very important. You can see that the claw, the way I draw it, is it go down and it wrapped around, okay? It means that you can see that as you paint, or as a viewer looking at the painting, that this part is actually, you know, you can see the bird is intensely gripping onto the tree. And that makes the painting a little more beautiful and lively, okay? And so we do that. And now I'm going to go over here, and from this is might be still a little bit wet. Actually, it will be good. And then I'm going to slap down some of the royal blue, okay? And you're gonna see me with I just lay down the pigment where it landed. Not that important, because I'm going to right now pull the color out, okay? It is a little bit intense, so I'm gonna clean the brush again and keep pulling the color out. So it's a little bit dilute instead of so intense, okay? Okay, and let this part be white, because it is the focal point and it will make the painting look very sharp and beautiful over here, okay? And over here, since the face is a ball, it's like an oval ball, it needs to go down a little bit. So I'm going to use the Paynes gray again and drop some color over here. so that, and while it's wet, and just let it mix, okay? So when you do things like that, get the shadow and the light, then it will make the shape look round, okay? And then I don't want it to be like, you know, too stiff. So make sure that you have some sharp edge and you have some, you know, I'm dropping color out so it's more variation instead of very stiff color. Okay, and then I need just a little bit of the royal blue over here, okay? Drop a little bit of color, clean the brush, and come back here and soften that. Okay, but let this be an irregular shape and let the watercolor beauty come out, okay? Don't try to smooth that too much, okay? And then over here, I'm going to do that over there, okay? And so what I'm going to do is, maybe I can do that. Wow, listen to my voice. But I'm still glad that I can film, you know, even though it is kind of, you know, it's been 4 weeks, right? I can't just keep on going forever and let my body tell me, you know, I don't even know if my voice will go back to normal. And then I pull it out with a clean brush, okay? And that's nothing but just the royal blue, okay? So this part of the head. Now, why is Kathy leaving the white shape over there? It is because the sun shine on it. And usually when we see a bird, you know, we will see that the sun sometimes is shining so bright that a little bit more royal blue, that it and a little hint of the Paynes gray color, okay? So it's not so bright. But then you watch me, I'm going to do something. I'm going to take the phthalo blue, okay? Just kind of, you know, scrub it around with the brush, you know, and so it will be here and there. You know, and it's not a dead piece of color. Okay, just have some white and some of the color and just let it mix, okay? And that will be some goal that we can set for this year, that we can not mix color too much or at all, actually at all for me, on the, if I were to be able to tell you guys, not mix the color at all for the for your painting, okay? And so I'm going to, okay, oh my goodness, where did my, okay, this is my phthalo blue color, okay, right here, and which is this color, also gram. Okay, you can find all these on my link on my blog. My blog has a product list, and usually the stuff is from Amazon, which I will talk about. So this is what I do, okay? I take my clean brush. This is how I pick up. I put a little bit over there. And why do I do that? Because I think that just the royal blue will make the bird a little bit dull, okay? And so if you put some phthalo blue on the blue, and if you remember to do it, just a little dab, right? You can see that how I just put a little dab and mix, and that will be with a 2-color blue. It always make the or 2 color of everything when you're painting flower or 3-color red, you know, and that usually will lighten up your painting a little bit. And I think that will make the color more true, okay? You know, I just drop the color in here and just kind of soften it and just let it mix over there, okay? And so our little head, I put the color right there, it's done. And so now, like right now, we will, we can paint the body. Okay, let's, maybe we will just do that, okay? Okay, and so when you are drawing from my, copying my drawing, and make sure that you look at the perspective, you know, and follow it closely. And that will help with the bird, and so it doesn't look kind of wonky, if I may, you know, say so. And so now I'm using my brush and dipping it in the lamp black plus a little bit burnt umber, okay? And what I'm doing is, you can see that there's a point, but the thing is flaring out. But, you know, my brush, I hope that doesn't bother anybody. And this is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm just going to put a stripe over there. And this will indicate the feather, the wing feather from the other side. Okay, and I'm leaving some white. I might go in with some blue, I might not. I will see, okay? That's coming from the other side. Now, let's do that again on this side. Maybe we will, let's see, maybe we will use a little harder brush. And all these brushes are also on my product list. This is a number 2 from Jackson's. I don't put a lot of stuff on the product list because, you know, I can tell you guys, I'm using a clean brush and pick up the lamp black plus the burnt umber, okay? So I'm doing at this point is actually I'm doing the feather. Okay, so I save at this point, I kind of want the bird to, you know, start turning, okay, from the top part to the side part, okay? And so I put a little bit of the feather. I'm using the feather, okay? And this is the tip feather. You know, you see that I'm using the tip of the brush and I'm using a flicking motion, okay? This will be the end part of I need to leave some white because I think that's kind of my signature, because that way it will actually make it a little bit more lively. And the white is very, very important to leave. In Chinese, the discipline is called the flying white, and it's usually created by the flicking of the artist's brush, you know, and it created naturally. But since we're not using Chinese paper, you know, I keep the tradition because it's a very good tradition, okay? So one section. Usually there's 3 sections, so I'm going to do this part now. And the flying white is it usually occur when you use a big brush and you do a swipe, but you do it so lightly that there's white part showing up and it's very, very pretty. And so I'm trying to, you know, imitate that effect, okay? Leave some flying white. Yeah, and I was just going to tell you the same thing, okay? It's one of the harder feather part right here, okay? But with the blue tilt, there's a little bit of white area right here, and so we wanted to leave that part white because that's what the bird is like. What a pretty bird. And I was just telling you that I don't put a lot of you know, I get people soliciting me, and I'm sure that you know, to review their product and then you know, put the link to their shop, you know. Now the reason why I do not do that is because I have no idea how to find out for you guys that if these people are like, you know, if you go and buy something, you have to give them your credit card, and I don't want to not know if it is absolutely safe, you know. Okay, now this is the perspective we have to. I'm going to do the, you know, the black part with the wings and do a lot of flying white over here, okay? And so follow that closely on my painting, on my drawing, and then you'll be all right. Okay, that's one. And I just don't want you guys to have to you know, you say, oh, Kathy recommended that on her channel. Well, since I don't know those people, they seems very nice when they write me, but I will not you know, sometimes they want to give me compensation, sometimes it's just oh, I will send you some free product. You know, I care about you guys, and I don't know what your, you know, age group or whatever, you know, and how careful you are with you know, with your credit card. And so I am, you know, because I'm just me, very, very careful. And so I will not I think that I have made a decision that I will not review those products, so that you know, if I'm not sure that it will be safe for you to go order something, I'm not going to do it, okay? And just so that you know. And because Amazon, I'm totally comfortable, and also Jackson, those big and I'm going to get apply for Blake Art Supply, you know, because that is an old established company. I can actually go to their shop in Salt Lake City and put in my application to be an affiliate, so that, you know, you guys can see what my recommendation is. Now this is lamp black mixed with a little bit of Paynes gray. and I wanted you guys to be safe, you know, with your money and such, you know. And so we're gonna do this part and make sure that the clawing motion is there, okay? And so I have decided to do that, and finally, and I would just like my husband tell me, Kathy, you know, they offer you some money, but what if, you know, people go and order thing and give out their credit card number, you know, and it is not good, you know, it's just, you know, their information is being given out, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to recommend, you know. And sometimes it's really funny. I actually get a couple of people that told me that they're exclusively doing mailing, but they're two different people, you know. And so that kind of, my alarm kind of go off, right? Two people, they're both exclusively mailing. Well, the reason why a lot of the people use and they're mostly Asian people, you know, I can tell with their name. They use mailing is because you can't check with mailing. Mailing is a brand that is in either Japan or China, and so they can't, you know, protect themselves, you know. But mailing is also sold in Amazon. So if I want to leave your link, which I did, and I already had a review, you need a review on the product, and you guys can go and check it out, okay? And it kind of just you know, it's better for me that I be very, very careful. You know, my alarm just go off, right? Why is there two company? Now this hopefully is dry, and we can put the royal blue in it, okay? And so I don't know what you think, okay? And then we just kind of drop some color on it. Isn't that pretty? The blue and the black together is just such a pretty color. And then we can use some phthalo blue too and drop a little bit in here, okay? And then right here on the back side, this is mainly her body, right? The body of the bird. Okay, so using the royal blue and let it go into the feather area. And make sure to keep this white area white. Okay, very pretty, right? You see that I leave a stripe of white. That is an accident, but I love it. And so I'm going to put the royal blue on it. You can see that I'm dropping the color on because this area is still a little bit wet, right? And so I'm just gonna let it mix its own color in there. And then I'm going to go dab a little bit of this phthalo blue with this brush. And this brush, I use it so many times. I hope I don't have to explain to you what brush it is, but I will. Actually, it's the Chinese flow brush. I've used it for 20-some years, so all the markings are almost gone. But you've seen me, when things flare out, you know, I have my way, and that's something that you will develop to yourself working with the brush, even though it's an old brush. And those are the kind of thing that you will develop. And the water, okay, I think it's worthwhile to mention every time I paint with the water management or the liquid management is something that is going to be yours as you practice, and you will treasure it because you will know when to stop and when to go, because it is in your area. Everyone has different areas. Some of you come from Hong Kong, some of you come from China, some of you come from the desert, like me, you know. And if you live in the desert, then your watercolor will, and then pull some of this color out, okay? Your watercolor will dry very fast. If you live in Hong Kong, if you live in Singapore or Malaysia, then your watercolor, the color will take a long time to dry. And then what do? You get used to your area. And so I cannot tell you what to do. You just keep trying it, okay? Keep trying it. And I'm very, very serious. And what I'm saying now is that it won't come that easily. It will come. It takes years. It takes years. And then it will come. And then when you you know, I would say that as for me, I'm very confident with working with myself. But when I go like to Yellowstone, I will have to relearn you know, how humid that area is, right? And when I'm doing outdoor painting. Now, what I did is when this area is still wet, I'm dropping some Paynes gray to create shadow. But I'm still letting the paper do its magic. Okay, you don't see me mix like that, because I think this is what we're asking for. Okay, this kind of effect, it takes a lot of year, and so be brave and dive into it, and don't mix too much color. Don't mix too much color on the palette, mix on the paper. Because we are watercolorists, we're taking full advantage of the watercolor, what watercolor can do for us, okay? And then a little bit of phthalo blue. Drop that in there, okay? And then I'm going to work on this area right after this one is dry, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sap green, which is, you guys have seen this palette, right, that I use. This is the sap green. The phthalo, prylene green is going to be for the background. I might sneak some of them in the bird, like, okay, in a darker area, okay? I'm just going to take the phthalo blue so that I remember, because I'm holding this, I'm going to drop a little bit there and a little bit there. Why do I do that? It's because just even for that little bit, it will make it consistent with the background. Okay? And so now let's just work on her leg a little bit more. And so I'm going to use this brighter yellow, is cadmium yellow light. I'm going to start dropping a little bit over here, okay? And since, you know, the Paynes gray, let's see, the Paynes gray and the black are fugitive, right? What that means is if you touch it with the other color, it'll come off. And I think it's beautiful. And so I'm just going to let it do its magic. And then I'm going to go into some of this, some of the royal blue, okay? And as I go down the leg area, or the claw area, the Paynes gray will come out, and I'm counting on it to come out so that it won't be so bright. But if it doesn't come out, then I will go and make sure it come out, leak into the blue color. And when you have learned to accept that the mixing of the color on the paper are actually one of the more important part of painting watercolor, then you will actually be a little more relaxed. You're not going to be afraid, you know, of putting color next to color. Because the gift that I give you as I paint this painting is that the combination of color that will work perfectly. And so as you follow me, you know, as you follow, well, let me finish my sentence. As you follow me, then you will know, you will get all of my knowledge, right? I'm not going to, I can't really give you my knowledge in one video and let me share all of my knowledge. Well, it just doesn't work with my brain. And so what I'm going to do is, as you paint along with me, you will get all of my years of accumulated knowledge. That's what I mean. And it will be very fun for you. And I would like to share that with you because, you know, that's why I'm doing. Okay, I want this little part to be a little more round. Okay, so I'm going to erase the erase mark. And use this brush, Kathy. Okay, and because that's, I really want to. If I don't want to do that, I won't make YouTube, right? I'm actually sharing with you, you know, all of my knowledge that I have accumulated through the years. Okay, I'm gonna put some of this yellow, okay? Just a little dab here and let it go down. You know, I actually have a little paper, pencil line, but I don't know if you can see that. I'll pull this color out. Okay, pull that color out, and then I'll drop a little bit of this more intense color. Same thing, missing. This is the cadmium yellow medium, cadmium yellow light, okay? And so here goes the medium. Okay, drop that, and so it'll be a little brighter over there. It's just pretty. It's just pretty that way, okay? I'm going to go over here, and I'm expecting this thing to be dry. I can always feel it with my finger, but I don't need to anymore because I live in Utah for a long time. I've learned when, you know, I actually have an idea subconsciously, I don't even need to use my subconsciously it will tell me, oh, okay, you know, my subconscious will know that it's time I can actually put this. And so, you know, for something to go into our subconscious, it takes a long time. A long time, okay? And so don't be just the key to it, to get the water and get how it flows, is to practice. And then you make mistake, and then after you make mistake, and one day suddenly you get it, and then you practice that and keep practicing that, and then it will go into your subconscious. Now you can see that, I hope you can see that I leave some white as I go. I leave some white as I go, okay? And come all the way down to here. Okay, and now as it's still wet, I'm ready to go pick up some. That's what I do. You can see that I have never mixed color, or this will be a plate of color that nobody can recognize, right? I drop that there, you know, because one yellow color, right? Not enough. 2 yellow color, you brighten the variety of your painting. And that is, you know, my heartfelt and very, very important things that I have learned. And drop it on the paper. Yeah, so it will be a nice goal this year for you guys to okay, this might not be okay, let's work on this area. It might not be too dry. Work on that area. That area is fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first put some green color over here, because as you look at your reference picture of your birds, okay, you will see that there's a little bit of yellow green over there, and this green can go into the blue, right? And that's what I say, my gift to you. You can, if I use it, you know, those color can be mixed together without making mud. And then I'm going to go into this sap green here. This green color, okay, I'll mention to you again, okay? And I drop it here and there. Do you see how beautiful it is that is mixing on the paper? Okay, we get used to that kind of thing. Okay, let that be some hard edge, some edge, you know, because you see that I do that all over. I do that all over, okay? And I'm going to, actually what I'm going to do is use some phthalo green, okay? Phthalo green, just dab that, and I'm going to drop that over here. Why do I do that? So that I would do it now while I have the green holding in my hand, and this will make it more consistent with the background, okay? And so as far as the face and the head is concerned, she's done. Oh, maybe I will do a little bit of Paynes gray over here just to darken that shadow. You know, you can see that I just drop a little bit over there, and that will make the painting bend a little bit. Okay, now let's keep going with this part right here. Okay, I think that is dry after it allow me to do that. So living in Utah is actually, oh no, I need to use the Paynes gray with a little bit of royal blue, and this little part, which is the part of the body where the little bird has some blue color and it bends. It's a nature nice to artists. We can just like kind of use that to our advantage, okay? And then I'm going to soften the edge, but soften it, you know, not too stiff. Let's put a little bit more blue in here, because there is the royal blue color is quite, and then we'll put some blue over here and make it a little bit more bluish. And then I'm going to come in and work on this area, but I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I can even use some phthalo blue and drop it in now and just let the color mix. Now, you might say, Kathy, you know, this time because you know, it's like I'm doing my yearly thinking about, you know, what kind of goal do I want to set, you know, just a little bit of yellow, okay? A little bit of that and a little bit of that prylene green. Sorry, did I say phthalo green? I mean prylene green. Drop it over here, okay? You can hardly see it, but it's there, and it will make the painting very consistent with the background, okay? You have to trust me. Okay, now before we finish this part over here, let's let it dry a little bit and we'll do the branch. I was for originally the branch is going to be a little more burnt umber with a little dab of black on here, not mixing, just put it on the brush, okay? Just like what I do with all the other color, okay? Let's come over here, okay? And start doing the branch. The branch should be very free motion and easy, okay? You can see how I do that, okay? I'm putting a line on the edge of the branch and pushing it out. And I'm going to check and see if that is enough detail at the end, okay? Because the branch really, now this is branch meet up with her little claw, right? Because that's how she grab onto the branch. And then I say, okay, I need a little bit more dark, so I can use Paynes gray, sepia, or black. I'm using black, and you can see, right, while this is wet, I'm dropping it and let the color mix. Now, why do I talk so much about mixing color? I have told you guys that I don't really critique people. Like if you send me a painting, I love it that you have done, but I don't critique you because I know that it is very hard to be critiqued as one person. And so I'm still doing the branch, okay? I have a little line drawing there, but I'm, as I go, I'm actually changing it. Okay, and I'm going to take some burn umber while this is still wet. Just let it go. Okay, now why do I talk about mixing color? Because a lot of you wanted me to, like when you send me painting, to critique you, and I don't like to do that because it's, it's negative. Sometimes there's some positive, but and so sometimes I might talk about the positive, but then that's it. Because I told you what I will do is I will collect all the information from the painting that you have sent me, and then I will talk about it. Like right now, okay? What I see, the mistake that everybody is making. And so I really see a lot of mixing color on the palette. And so a lot of color that are kind of dull. And so that's why I say, okay, if that is really, I think that it is very hard for a beginner to, I love doing branches. That's why I'm just changing as I go, right? I don't really going with my original drawing, but you can, going with my original drawing, okay? And so what I've decided that is I will mention it as I paint. Now, so what I'm going to do is I need to clean brush, okay? Dip it in the water, dry it, and I'm going to come in and soften that edge a little. You can do it while it's dry or while it's very wet. It's up to you, But you can see that I work all the way over here and I'm coming back and it's still doing it for me, right? That is the beauty of watercolor. And we need to embrace. And sometimes it works against us. I understand that. Because, you can rework a watercolor painting after months, maybe year, because it's watercolor. It likes to just, come off when you put water on it. And so we place an area that we don't want it to come off. Then we take care that we don't touch it. I think that's about the only thing that I can tell you that we can do. Okay, so you can see the branch just work, show you right before your eye, right? And so if I want this part to have a little bit of a harsh edge, I will come in with a harder brush and use either black or burnt umber, it matters not. And then now since I like, and then just do the other edge. Since I like doing branches so much, sometimes I allow it to take it away from me. But I don't want you guys to spend so much time over here, okay? This is the, we want the focus to be right here. And so now we're gonna just kind of wet the paper a little bit and put in our yellow, okay? Now this is working wet in wet, and so it's really fun, okay? And some, not a lot of this, not a lot of the cadmium medium, okay? And so what I'm going to, cadmium yellow medium. Now this is strict burnt umber. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shadowy area around here, okay? And I'm counting on this color for this shadow area to disperse, okay? You see how this little area disperse? Okay, if it doesn't disperse, I'm going to go in with my brush and make sure it's dispersing by using a clean brush, okay? And so this will give the shadow area a little bit of brown. Okay, and make sure it meet the area between the leg, okay? And so this is very nice, right? Now, I should let it dry, but you just assume that this is dry because I'm going to use some Paynes gray and just drop some over here because this like little oval triangle area is the body, right? The more shadow you put down here, well, of course not to allow yourself to get away, you know, like to put too much, the more you can see that the bird's tummy is being tucked in. Okay, so I'm going to do some over here. This area is totally dry and put some Paynes gray over there. Okay, and so this is brighter, and that because this is a duller color, a darker color, it will be pushed in, okay? And that will give us this effect of you know, the roundness of the bird. And this is the form, okay? This is the form. When I was talking about the direction here, that's the perspective. The placement of the eye is the perspective, right? And so it needs to be followed closely. And with my drawing, okay? And so this will give you the perspective, how the head is go down here and go up a little bit. That will give you the perspective. You can do it ever so slightly. That's what I do here, okay? And then when I talk about the prylene green, you know, and then I can drop some over here, right? Because it's darker. See how pretty that is? You can hardly see that I put some green there, but it is there. And the bird is done. At least I hope it is. Okay, and so this is very, very nice. And we're gonna just finish the branch, a little branch over here, a little branch over there, and then we're done with our bird. This is the Happy New Year painting that we're doing, okay? And so let's just do the same thing with a little bit of black. Okay, that is not intense enough. A little bit of burnt umber, and I want a branch to be coming out here. And so I'm gonna force that. Okay. We can soften that a little bit, you know, but make sure that this branch is thinner, because it's thinner and it's thicker, right? And I want to drop a little bit of burnt umber on it, okay? And so we're gonna do this one right here, let it come out and do that. And so I would like to encourage you to, you know, do this new year. For this new year, just take advantage or learn to appreciate the watercolor and what it brings us, you know, what is available to us, you know, and let it, like, I just take some burnt umber and I'm dropping it in, you know, so the painting is mixing color itself, you know, and it's just lovely and wonderful. Lovely and wonderful, you know, just do that, okay? And I'm not going to even, I'm just going to do the background, so there's suggestion of leaves, you know, but this bird is, I was going to do the winter bird, like do some berries and snow. I've done snow. I have encouraged you guys to go back and check one of my snow with the chickadee for if you know really want to do snow, right? That one had plenty of chances for us to do snow, and I hope you guys did that. And so I'm going to use the prylene green, and we will let's just start right next to the body, okay? Now I can just paint this a straight prylene green area, but I, you know, with watercolor, seriously, really, is that you wanted to pull some water, okay? Use some water, a clean brush, and pull the color out so that in everywhere that you go, and use some sap green now, in everywhere you go, every area that you paint is a lively area. Okay, and I really, really wanted to, I can drop some Paynes gray, let's do that, okay? I really, really wanted this area to be a little bit darker. Okay, now, so you can see Paynes gray, you can see prylene green, and you can see sap green. It's mixing in there. What you can see right now is just like that area, right? After it's dry, we'll just let the watercolor take its course, okay? And so in every single area, now I'm going to do this little area here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in with my prylene green and take care to use the tip of your brush. But you know, if this color go into the bird, I'm not even worried. Because that's what our eyes do, you know, that's what nature is. We don't want a lot of crisp edges like the foot over here, okay? Especially when it's the background. Because, you know, if you look at the bird, how often can you actually see the background if you're trying to focus on a bird, right? Now just let that mix, and it will become a very, very pretty, pleasing color. Okay, because it's sap green over here, so I need to be consistent, and you know, because it's the background, right? And so I'm going to do the sap green and bring it out over here. Now, do you see that my black and burnt umber is leaking onto the, you know, I clap my hand and say, very happy. Okay, put some yellow color over with the sap green. And I can even put some cadmium yellow medium, okay? And just, you know, and just kind of dot it and just let it have its fun. And then clean the brush over here and start over here with sap green again. You know, when I don't want things to leak, like what it's doing here, then I will use the micron. But, you know, after I put the paint on top, you cannot see the micron, right? Anymore. Because this needs to have crisp edge, and this needs to have a crisp edge. Just this part here and this part here. Most of this area, they can mix, they can have a party, I don't care. I hope my voice go back to normal. I think it will, even after 1 month of assault by COVID. I hope it will go back to normal. If it doesn't, then I'm doomed. But if I'm doomed, I'm going to take some phthalo blue and drop it over here, just so that it can be consistent, okay? And put some water on it, probably a little too much water. Bring some over here too, okay? And I hope that next time when I make the video, maybe probably in 2 weeks, then everything will be happier for me, and the voice will be happier. I'm actually very happy right now. Happier is like my voice is not that deep. I'm just not used to it. I actually like it, like the deep voice, because it takes away the harshness of the Cantonese tones. And my family certainly like that. And but you know, each language, right, is very, very different. I always say I come from a mafia area in China where people are very jolly and very loud, and I just love the way they are. You know, people used to come in the restaurant. I think I told you guys this. I'm gonna too much sap green, okay? Put some prylene green over there, over here and over here, and that's how I do the backgrounds. And then the edge soften, but leave some harsh edge and leave some soft edge over there, okay? And over here, just a little bit of prylene green. You can see that the Paynes gray and the black is leaking out, right? Don't worry about it. Let them mix color, okay? Let them mix color and it'll be very pretty, I promise. And then I need to do just a tiny bit of bright color, bright sap green and yellow over here. Just a little bit, not so much, okay? And I can bring part of the green onto the white part of the head too. Because that will be more agreeable with eyes. Eyes can see the mix of color or the merging of color. And sharper edge down here. Maybe a little bit sharper, not really. Okay, if you want, I might at this point go get some burnt umber and drop a little bit more over here, so it'll be even a little bit darker. Okay, and this area nothing but sap green. And the water brush actually will have more water when you're doing the background. Okay, you can see that the green is coming in, right? And we'll say, welcome you, come in. Come into my branch. Welcome, welcome. And then we will really, truly enjoy watercolor, okay? Because of the, you know, this kind of thing right here and this kind of irregularity, you know. And so just embrace that and be happy, okay? And I will put a little bit of more Paynes gray right here just to darken it. And that is the end of our bird. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you take the time to practice and really have fun and set some goal. I kind of want some prylene green over here just to make this a little darker. You know, have fun, and we will have a very good year. Lots of painting coming up. Flowers, birds, and I don't know what else we will do, and animals, and you know, and then we will have a lot of fun, okay? And thank you for sticking with me. This has been a very fun video, and I'm going to do the intro and just have fun, and that's it for this time, and I'll see you next time. And subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, and that make me happy, because I know that you guys, when you subscribe, you're telling me, oh, I really want to try that, you know. And we'll talk about some of our New Year goal and some of our stuff as we go, okay? And have a very good day. Love you guys very much.